Morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, today's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Thursday the 5th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 39.076 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 46.32. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 40,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, got 38.2% fib at 41.592 and the second major resistance level at 41.521 to cap any upside. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 38.187 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should steer clear of the second major support level at 36.631. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day. That's coming off the back of yesterday's late pullback. No signs of a bearish cross, however, so look out for that. That would pressure Bitcoin. On the EMAs, more significantly, after yesterday's bullish cross 50 through the 200, we're seeing the 50 pull away from the 200 and narrow on the 100. So look out for a bullish cross 50 through the 100 that would support a breakout. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 39.076, move back through to 40s to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, support levels will come into play. Moving across Ethereum against US dollar, also bearish start. Going to need to Ethereum avoid the pivot at 2651 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2845. Plenty of support is going to be needed for Ethereum to break out from this 38.2% fib at 2740, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 3,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level is at 2966. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2530 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 2500 levels. Second major support level sits at 2335. Looking at the MACDs, also a narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day. That's coming off the back of this pullback here. No signs of a bearish cross, however, so look out for that. On the EMAs, that's a bullish signal, however, with the 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggests a further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 2651, break back through the 38.2% fib at 2740 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, bearish start. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 141 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 146. Plenty of support is going to be needed for Litecoin to break back through to 145s. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target second major resistance level at 150 before any pullback. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 137 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 135. Second major support level sits at 132. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms and we could see a possible bearish cross this morning. So look out for that. That would put further downside pressure on Litecoin. On the EMAs, we've seen the 50 close in on the 100 but fail to cross. So a failure to cross could lead to a pullback and a narrowing on the 200 that would put further downside pressure on Litecoin as well. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 141, move back through to 145 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, support levels will come into play. And you're looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, also bearish. Going to see Ripple's XRP avoid the 7213 pivot to bring the first major resistance level at 7479 into play. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ripple's XRP to move back through to 0.74. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 0.75 to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 0.78 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 7645. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 0.7043 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.7s. Second major support level sits at 6781. Looking at the MACDs, also a narrowing of the bullish histograms, but no sign of a bearish cross as yet, so keep an eye on that through the morning. On the EMAs, 50 has narrowed marginally on the 100, but doesn't look like there's going to be a bullish cross just yet. So a pullback from the 100 would put further pressure on Ripple's XRP through the morning. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 7213 and move back through to 0.74 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play.